Camera's rolling. Here we go.
Are you just trying to navigate adulthood in a world that still expects you to have it all figured out? Welcome to This Is 50 with your hosts, Travis Holmes and Shayne McManus.
Shayne!
Travis.
How are you?
Well, my lawyer said I don't have to answer that.
Why do you have a lawyer? Because of the show? Because of everything
Yes.
you said in the last 2 episodes?
Well, I mean, somebody's going to sue me for something, I'm sure. So
Someone's going to come on top of you.
Yeah. Went ahead and picked up a lawyer just for the heck of it.
So I'm all out of whack here, Shayne.
All right. What happened to you?
Well, what happened? You're not drinking today? No. Are you drinking?
No,
Not drinking?
No, I told I'm riding her dry.
All right. Well, we'll see how that goes. But me, of course, it doesn't stop me from doing what I'm supposed to do. Daylight savings time is actually screwed me up completely.
With your drinking?
Yes, because normally, I always play by the rules. It's noon somewhere or 12 o'clock somewhere, right? Mm-hmm. And that's basically where I start my day. If it's past 12 o'clock, I'm like, all right, got to get stuff going here on the property and doing everything. And then I pace myself out. And usually around 7 o'clock, 7:30, I've got a real nice, tight little buzz going. But with daylight, and it's getting dark outside. And then with daylight savings time, I'm walking around at 7:30. I should be wrapping it up. It's still, bright as daylight outside. I feel like I have to drink more beer. And then that's what gets me in trouble. That's what gets me in trouble.
I don't understand this whole daylight savings time thing that everybody's so freaked out about. We're talking about an hour different. We move everything up an hour or back an hour, not up a week or back a week. Everybody acts like when the time changes, they get sent into a different portal or another dimension or something.
Can we do something like just add an hour to the day itself, like once a month? For whatever reason, one day we'll have 25 hours in a day.
Well, I don't know if you can.
I mean, we already add an extra day every 4 years. Why can't we just add an extra 30 minutes to the end of whatever day we need to figure that out to make everything be smooth and even?
Well, if there's only 24 hours in a day, if you want to add an hour, you're going to have to subtract from all the other hours of the day. So
that's fine.
Only 45 minutes now.
Do it in the middle of the night somewhere where no one's doing anything.
Like I said, we're only talking about an hour here, either an hour forward or an hour back. We're not going into another dimension.
I just think it should be handled a little bit different.
Well, this is what I think they should do is just set it to whatever it is now, whatever this is called,
and leave it.
And leave it. Yeah, don't mess with it again.
Because here's a flip side of daylight savings time. So we can add an hour to daylight savings times because the farmers and the crops and the circle of the pattern and the lunar sun and all that.
So them aliens can see what they're doing.
Right. But the wintertime, they always say, Punxsutawney Phil sees 6 more weeks of winter. And we don't do anything. We don't adjust our schedules. And then the 6 more weeks of winter don't happen. And everyone's okay with that. Can't we just say, let the cold season be cold. Let the hot season be hot. Let the daylight, let the hours, the clock just go around in a circle. Fine. Every 4 years, the trade-off is we got to add an extra day. Fine. No problem. Just let everything be itself. And we just have to get used to it. Like human beings have to get used to that type stuff. I don't understand it either. And if it was up to me, here's my podium for running for president. If it was up to me or mayor or whatever, in my time, I would not observe. Now, granted, I understand a lot of people appreciate the extra daylight or the extra nighttime or whatever, but still, I mean, we deal with all the other stuff with no problems asked. Oh, it's too cold this month. We can't work this month type stuff. We deal with temperatures. I don't know if I'm making any sense doing that or telling you, yeah. We don't shut down work because it's too cold. We don't shut down work because it's too hot. Why do we have to change the hours because of something else?
Well, here's the thing, and I don't know if everybody's aware of this, but some congressman every year sends a bill up to do away with daylight savings time to keep it like it is.
In Florida, it passed. In Florida, it passed twice, and they go, well, you don't know what you're voting for.
Well, I mean, it's got to be voted for. It's got to go on the federal level, because if Florida has their own time frame and the rest of the country has a different one.
That's not true. That's not true. There's one state that does not observe, and I think it's like Arizona, that does not observe daylight savings time. But daylight savings time was created for farmers. Who the fuck is farming in Arizona? Only the tea manufacturers.
Cadillac farmers aren't farming out there.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it's no different than you've got 4 different time zones. So,
well,
I say change it and leave it.
All right, I agree with that.
And if it affects your drinking and it allows you to drink more, and I said allows you to, because what's wrong with drinking more?
Because I've got a schedule to keep. As to I have a normal work schedule, I also have a normal drinking schedule.
Okay, it's only been affected by an hour. Again.
You'd be surprised how much I can get down in an hour.
Well, then that's your fault, not mine, or the government, or the time change.
So last week we were talking about this guy here. Do you remember this guy? This dab? You can see it on the video.
Yeah, a little vial of joy.
I was going to do this vial of, what is it, True Leave or something like that? Shane, I was all ready to do it on the show, and you said this has to be smoked, like through a vape pen or something like that?
It looks to be, but now that I see that lid on there, maybe not. I don't know.
I can't get the lid off. I'm afraid to twist the thing. If you're watching the video here, I'm afraid to twist it, and the whole thing just break into my hand, and this whole entire whatever grams, 100 grams or whatever, absorb right in my skin, and I'll just end up dead on the radio.
It's not gonna break. Just open it up.
No, Shane, you saw me before the show. I'm sitting here putting pressure on it.
I've seen you use every method but the one I told you to.
I'm not putting my teeth on it because
Put that joker in your mouth and clamp down.
No. I'm trying it one more time. No, I don't know how this works. I did like the whole like glow stick type thing, and it kind of cracked.
No, don't do that.
Don't do that.
No.
All right. Well, I'm gonna. It probably some is leaked out on my fingers because now my fingers. They're kind of
numb.
No, they're kind of sticky. Cocaine makes your fingers numb. Weed doesn't. There, dummy.
Oh. Well, I'm not an expert on that stuff.
Oh.
I can tell you what beer does to you.
What?
Makes you pee, makes you fat, makes you sleepy.
So you're steering away from it for a while?
Just for today.
Are you? Well, good.
I just wanted to see if I felt any better, any worse, or probably headed, as soon as we're done here, headed off to the local gas station for a extra expensive case.
Are you really?
More. Yeah, you pay more at the convenience store.
Well, that's okay. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's only like $2, $3. That's fine.
It's right down the road. But
our convenience store has the coldest beer in town.
Don't they always say that?
Every one of them says they have the coldest beer in town.
Do you have the walk-in coolers? You know, in Florida, we don't have the walk-in coolers. I didn't see walk-in coolers until we came up here. But do they have like the thermostat right above the door that shows how cold the thing is inside? Yeah,
and you know, they call it the beer cave. So the way the one down the road is they've got, they've got, like when you walk into a convenience store to get yourself a drink, you've got those glass doors.
Mm-hmm.
So the beer cave is glass, and the front part of it is doors, like the glass doors if you were going to go get a regular drink out of there. But that's where all the tall boys are, or the big 40s or whatever.
That's where the triple OGs go get their stuff.
Yeah, that's the ones carrying it out in a paper bag. But if you want the 12 packs or the cases, you have to go into the beer cave.
Shane, when's the last time you wet the bed? I know it's a loaded question because have you? I mean, do you remember wetting the bed as a child?
I do not. I'm sure it happened when I was a little kid, but
But at what age?
Wait a minute, wet the bed?
Like wet the bed, like peed your pants in bed.
Oh, last Tuesday.
Did you really? That's probably why you're not drinking today. You got in trouble. But I mean, honestly, like growing up, when was the last time you actually like peed
Had to be in diapers.
Well, I mean, you know, you work from diapers to being a kid that can sleep on his own in his bed, you know, 5, 6 years old. You get your own, you know, single, double, whatever size bed. And you got your own room. Your parents don't have to sleep in the same room with you, or you don't have to sleep in the same room with them. And wetting the bed, do you have memories of wetting the bed or no? And this is, I know that I'm diving into something only because I've seen a commercial and I was like going, hold on a second. This is stupid. Do you remember wetting the bed as a child? And
I do not.
You do not. So you have no memory of wetting the bed. So when do memories?
I've puked in the bed. Does that count?
At what? At a child, adolescent?
Yes.
Oh, really? Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Every time I got sick, I couldn't make it to the bathroom.
You just puke in the bed?
In the bed or the floor.
So
Trash can.
So I remember as a kid growing up, probably I was maybe 6, 7 years old, the age where you start, you know, remembering memories. And I remember it was nothing for me. I'd wet the bed in the middle of the night, wake up, take my pants off, you know, wipe myself down because I was wet.
Wring them out.
Wring them out. Put them back on again. No. But, you know, and I'd take the sheets off of the bed. And we had the mattress, not to date myself, our mattresses are the ones that had those hard metal buttons to give it like the pillow top look.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, of course, around where the pee stains are, we're all rusted and everything. But I would take that off, take the sheets off and stuff, and then lay on the actual mattress and go back to sleep. And then the next morning, my mom or dad wouldn't get mad at me or anything like that. They were just like going, hey, you know, you need to make sure that you go up, make sure you pee before you go to bed, no water past a certain time. But there's a whole new line of things I saw in like these little commercials. It's called, you ever heard of something called ninjamas? Like ninja and pajamas put together at the same time?
No.
So, I mean, I know there's like, what's the pull-ups? I'm a big kid now. And they had the Huggies pull-ups.
Gotcha.
And the kids
the same thing.
Well, the kids are probably in the commercials, what, like 4 years old? They were old enough to like walk around and do stuff.
Also, are they like marketing these things that was like a ninja uniform or something?
No,
Here, little Johnny, put on your ninja.
Your underoos.
Briefs.
And this will keep you from wetting the bed. They are. I mean, they're large diapers for kids over the the kid in the commercial. If you ever seen it out there, this kid's got to be at least 11 years old. He's got to be like 10, 11 years old, and he's running around like jumping off the bed with these pajamas on it, and the pajamas have like these fake cartoon ninjas on it. And, you know, he's, I didn't wet the bed and no one can know that I wet the bed. I just thought it was
so the sword changes colors or something when he wets the bed.
like like the mountains are blue and, you know, your Coors Light's cold. Yeah. All the swords turn yellow.
I don't think that's going to stop that kid from peeing in the bed regardless.
He's already got problems already. But I saw this commercial for Ninjamas, and the way that I saw the commercial was that it was geared towards kids over the age of 8. I say 11 because, you know, 11-year-olds are like 5'2" now. But I mean, kids under the age of 8 years old that are still wet in the bed. And this is a proud moment. No, this is not a proud moment that your kid's still wet in the bed at 8 years old. There's a mental issue there somewhere. I don't know. I just saw it and I was like, going, what the hell is it? What am I watching? Why am I watching this? As I'm
stuck in a YouTube loop or something.
I was doing some stuff for YouTube and I saw this commercial. I'm like going, get out of here. Is this a real thing? And I want to know what their actual sales are for that. You know
how YouTube is. It's just constant rabbit holes. And then something pops up and you're going, what?
Oh, you like this video? Well, you might like these videos too. And I'm like going, all of a sudden I'm watching two rabbits F each other in a.
Well, YouTube still thinks I'm gay, so.
You know, and it's funny that you say that. The reason why I saw the Ninjamas commercial is I was going through like the background of all the YouTube videos that we do here, and especially this one. And it basically, I was clicking on stuff and it said, how do you want people to find your videos? And it literally, are you transgender? Do you mind taking this survey? And it asks us all these questions about transgender and being gay and whether you're male or female, or do you recognize as a male and female? I took the survey and, I said, no to all of it. So I don't know if someone's gotten into your account somewhere on YouTube and says, what are your preferences?
Well, I'm not going to be able to say somebody did, because everybody's going to be like, yeah, right.
Unless you got the law.
We figured it out. It was the Dave Matthews videos.
Get you every time.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
I think what you ought to do is try to get Ninjamas to sponsor the show.
That'd be awesome. We can walk around with them. All right, guys, we're going to take a little break. We'll be right back.
We're going to take a little break. Don't nobody go nowhere. What movie was that from?
I don't know.
Back to the Future. You remember Marvin Berry, Chuck's cousin?
I'm Marvin Berry.
We're going to take a little break, so don't nobody go nowhere.
All right. Shane, you been sleeping better at night?
No.
Why? What's going on?
So apparently I'm snoring now. I guess I've gained some weight or something, or drinking that damn daylight savings time of drinking later in the evening. But no, I've been told I'm snoring now. I'm waking myself up.
Oh, really? That bad?
Yeah.
Do you do you wear anything or I wear earplugs, and the earplugs that I put in my ears, I put the Vicks Vapor Rub in my ears. And what yeah, I do. So I take earplugs because I've got a bulldog, and the bulldog just snores crazy. My wife gets mad at me for snoring, but yet the bulldog's over there, sawing down trees. And I put Vicks Vapor Rub on my earplugs, the little ones that the little spongy ones you twist and you put in your ear. And what it does is that menthol flavor, the menthol vapors goes through your whole entire nose and everything, and kind of just makes you breathe a little bit better. And of course, as soon as it wears off, all my my allergies come back full force.
It through your ears?
Yeah, because ask your wife, the CPAP lady. Ear, mouth, and throat. That's all. Ear, mouth, and throat. That's all connected together. So if you do Vicks Vapor Rub in your ears, it literally, bypasses your nose, and it just goes right into down into your esophagus to open everything up and open your bronchial tubes up and everything like that. Instead of putting it on your chest, and the next morning you got pimples and shit because it's a wax or something. Or
I thought you meant you could once you put it in your ears, you could smell it.
No. I just put it in there, and as soon as if I breathe in, I can feel the vapor in my chest area rather than having it underneath your nose or anything like that. Yeah, try it out. I'm
gonna have to try that because I've got to figure something out. I tried the CPAP again, and it was just a disaster.
Now, is this your wife putting it on you, or you're just taking it upon yourself? Because your wife she's the CPAP lady. That's what she does.
Yeah, that's what she does for a living, and she wears one, and she's very good at it, by the way. But I've tried it before, and I couldn't do it, and she's complaining, "You're snoring, it's getting worse and worse." So I thought, okay, obviously something has changed between the last time I tried it and now.
How many years? How many years between the two, or days, or months?
Well, maybe 5 years.
Oh, really? That long?
Yeah, and she was telling me, "Oh, there's this new mask. Everybody loves it." No. I mean, look, I don't want to turn anybody off from using CPAP because it can save your life, but it's like somebody took their wet, nasty foot and stuck it over my face while I'm trying to sleep.
No, is this a new mask? She brought the package home and cut the cellophane wrapper off of it and everything and put it on your face, and it still smelled like a... Because I've seen commercials about late at night, late at night TV, Ninjamas, and how to clean your CPAP. And they show a machine where you put the mask in it, and it runs this fluid in a circle pattern, it cycles the water and cleans out your CPAP, and all the schmutz and stuff comes out of it. And then you put the CPAP on, and I've never felt better in my whole entire life.
It doesn't work that way.
No. Really?
It does not work that way. No, it doesn't. And then, like I said, I tried it, and I'm like, okay, at least let me fall asleep one time just to see. But you know that stage of where you're just starting to fall off to sleep.
Yes, my brain literally goes, hey, guess what? Don't open your eyes. You're half asleep.
Yeah. So your brain knows. Well, when you get into that stage of sleep with that thing on, it will it freaks me out. So I literally feel like I'm suffocating and I'm just jump up out of the bed.
I was going to say, do you do that high school jump where you have your head on the desk and all of a sudden you just jump in the middle if you ever fallen asleep in school, that type jump?
Yeah. Yeah. And then, it disturbs everybody in the bed and, Stephanie's getting mad. She's over there.
How many people you got in the bed there, Shane?
We have, we got
the neighbors' kids.
Yeah. It's a bunch of homeless people.
The nurse.
Knock on the door. No, it's her, it's me, and it's 2 dogs.
Oh, okay. That's the problem.
So
they say the worst thing to do, Shane, is have dogs on your bed while you're sleeping. Now, we have a cat, but the cat has only 3 legs, so it doesn't get around too much.
What, can I put the dog on the bed if I take one of its legs off?
How big is the dog?
It's just a dachshund. It's a tiny little dog.
Oh, okay.
So there's 2 of them. One sleeps at her feet, and then the other one sleeps wherever she wants. So if you disturb her, everybody starts moving. Their ears start flapping. Everybody, they get up.
Worst. Out. Yep. Worst thing they say is have animals sleep in the bed with you.
Well, that's not going to change. So I guess I'm just screwed.
You go sleep on the couch.
Yeah.
So tell me about the CPAP. I can't do it. I can't get 30 seconds out of this thing. I just feel like I'm suffocating. And she's over there laughing at me like she's been sleeping with one of these things for years. But I thought there was like this whole, I've seen people take like the CPAP thing, the sleep test, and there's like all these microbes and stuff from like whatever movie and all these wires and everything. And then they go, okay, we'll dial your CPAP instead of it being on, you got settings 1 through 5. Well, guess what, Mr. Shane, you've got a setting of 3. So, all right, it's a gamble. Did you take the test?
No, I didn't.
No, so she just slapped it on you and just pumped it up full speed.
Well, no, it's not pumped at full speed. That's where the problem is, where she's pretty much telling me I'm a poussoir.
What's that? Is that a technical term that she uses in the business?
Yes. It's not a good word. Basically saying I'm a wimp at it and I'm wimpy and I'm not, not even trying, because apparently this thing is on the lowest setting possible. And it feels like it's about to blow I'm just waiting on my scalp to start flapping from the blowout in the back. But so
shit flying out your ears.
Yeah. I mean, so she wants me to, residual menthol coming back out. But she wants me to wear this thing. And it's like, okay, you got to help me. You got to help me figure it out. This is what you do. That's what she does and she sets pressures and she helps people and, get used to it. And it's a process. And for some people, they just can't ever get used to it. But there's very few people that can just slap that thing on and just fall asleep.
There is a movie Go ahead.
It takes people months to get used to it. You got to ease into it.
There was a movie in the mid 80s that was called The Abyss. Do you remember The Abyss?
I do.
And there's a scene, the way they had to get the divers way down in the hole was, I forget the gentleman's name. He's a famous actor. And he had this pink water sludge that was in his helmet, that filled up his helmet, that had embiotic fluid. Mm-hmm. And he's in the mask. It's like a NASA helmet, and he's freaking out. And the doctor says, "Relax. You did this just for breathe. Just breathe. You did this for the first 9 months of your life. Your body will do it again." But is that the same type scenario where you're trying to put this mask on and your body's rejecting it?
Your brain is rejecting it because you feel like you're suffocating. You truly feel. I mean, for me, you get used to it after a while because it's continuous pressure. So breathing in is fine. It will expand your lungs like really easy. Taking the breath in is easy. It's blowing back out because that pressure doesn't stop as you're breathing out.
Is it in through the mouth and out through the nose?
It's either or, whichever you prefer.
Well,
breathe through your nose, through your mouth.
It's got to be a one-way highway. I mean, the air's coming in through one port. The other side of the highway's got to go the other way. I mean, how does that work?
Well, if you're wearing one that just goes over your nose, if you open your mouth, then that's where all the air escapes. I mean, it will just continue to blow until you close your mouth again. Some people have to wear a chin strap to keep their mouth closed, but there's also a mask that goes over your nose and your mouth. So if you can open your mouth all you want to and it doesn't affect it because the air is going into the same places, they're connected. And that's what I try to use, but it's that, I mean, it feels like I've got my face shoved in between somebody's butt crack. I mean, it's just, there's just no, it's hot. It's hot air.
Well, you said you had a whole bunch of people in your bed. Maybe that's what was happening.
Well, probably so. I mean, it's just, if there was some way, and there, you can put water in there to technically cool the air down, but no.
Throw some ice cubes in there or something?
You can. I've done that, but guess what? They melt. They're not going to stay in there for 8 hours or however long you get to sleep. But.
Is there any kind of medication or something that you can take to kind of relax you? How about this CBD thing or whatever I've got in my hand here? Take some of this.
Don't want.
Why?
That's what you don't want. I mean, this is not because your airway will collapse. Same thing with beer. That's why you snore when you drink beer.
No,
your muscles relax.
Well, it snores because there's different things. I know how to get away from it. I know when I lay on my side, because I'm a side sleeper, I make sure that my chin, I have a pillow that I lay my head on. And then, of course, everyone's got that one arm pillow, that huggy pillow on their, underneath their chest or anything. I make sure that huggy pillow is pushing my chin up to make sure if you're watching me on the video here, it keeps this up to keep my tongue from laying on the back of my throat.
Well, what's so funny is I started doing this years ago. I sleep with my fist under my chin.
Do you really?
I do. But I can't.
Like glamour shots photos? You're like,
yeah.
Hey.
I mean, but I can't. I'm having to sleep on my side because I snore when I'm laying on my back. So now, when you can only sleep on your sides and your shoulder starts hurting, or you're waking up in the middle of the night, my ears hurt. Not down on the inside, but the outer cartilage part because I'm laying on them all night long.
What are you laying on? Rocks and bricks in your pillows? Get yourself a good pillow.
I'm going to get a My Pillow.
You'll be high on crack. You lay on that thing. All right, guys, we're going to take a short little break. We'll be right back. See, I trimmed my beard up a little bit.
Yeah, I see it. You getting tired of all the compliments? You getting tired of all them honeys chasing you around?
No, Amy said something to me, and my beard was getting nice and fuzzy. I was taking care of it and conditioning in it and stuff. And she said something to me, and she's like, "No, really, your beard." And I go, "You don't like it?" And she's like, "It's getting out of control." I'm like, "All right, hold on." And I look at myself in the mirror. Actually, I look at the Monday podcast that I did with the horse show, and I looked at it, and it was out here, and I'm like, "Going, no, that doesn't look good at all."
You know why she wants that trimmed.
Scratching her butthole.
Maybe you're burning the inside of my thighs. You need to trim that up.
All right.
And there's a bird in it. I'm just imagining Amy as one of these tucked away in a distant room in the house, and
she is.
Every once in a while, she just yells out at you some random, "Joey, trim your beard." The tone.
No. She is tucked away. She's down in the office there. She's down there all day long. She says she's going to get off work.
The porch.
Huh?
Why don't you move her under the porch?
No, there's too much noise out there. She likes sitting in her little office.
My wife is around here somewhere.
See, I've got cameras all up here in the studio. So if someone's walking around on the property, whether it be my dad or something, I'll get a notification, and I got to go to that camera to see what's going on.
That's creepy.
Well, I mean, it's hard. It's hard when you're up here because there's no windows or anything up here. And we have so many deliveries and stuff that come, whether it be Amazon or, my dad's ordered something or Amy's ordered something or whatever. And the mail lady, if the package is too big, she's got to drive down the driveway. I mean, you've been here, so it's watching the whole entire property because people just turn down the driveway for no reason and like, I'm lost. I'm like going, you sure are. Well, no,
I actually tilted the camera up so my man boobs wouldn't be showing.
Well, I mean, you can see on the video here that I've taken my beard down a little bit. My wife was she was like a little out of control, so I took it down a little bit. I think I put a 1 on the clippers. You know, the one when you get your head shaved or whatever, guys, ladies, maybe too. I don't know, fucking lesbians, getting their head shaved and stuff. You know, what setting do you put it on? 1, 2, 2.5? Yeah, I don't know. Make it like this.
So you shaved your beard because of your wife, right?
Well, I mean, and I was looking at myself on the camera, and I was like going, well, god damn. The beards are sticking out further than my headphones are. So I was like, oh no, let's take this train back a couple cars, you know?
Well, I mean, yeah, I thought that beard was attracting all these hot chicks at the grocery store.
It was, but that was 2 weeks ago and it was just getting out of control. But I need to
not gonna
go ahead.
You're not gonna if you're just gonna shave your beard just because your wife told you to. I mean,
no,
I don't look at you anymore.
I am, believe it or not, I'm very, very vain. I'm very, very vain. I always yes. My wife makes fun of me all the time. Like there's someone she watches like The Bachelor, not The Bachelor. She watches. I take that back. It's lower than The Bachelor. She watches like Love Island, Hot Sex Island. I'm gonna bang you for a day Island. All those different shows that she watched, and she loves it. I'm like, well, why do you watch this? She's like, because my job and my work is so stressful. I don't have drama like this at my work, and it's so funny to watch like these young kids and all this, and I don't know. It makes her happy by all means. I can't listen to it. It's people talking over each other, being in this business that I'm in or that we're in. I can't stand people just talking over each other. So, for example, my wife, if she has the TV on and I have to come in the room and say something to her, she knows to pause it because I don't like talking over the TV. I can't stand it set in my mind where I can't talk over someone. I will wait. You know, not that I'm rude. You're like, I'm in the room. You need to listen to me. But if there's a conversation going on, I can't stand anyone talking over someone else. It's a dominance thing. I don't know. But she said, you know, I don't know where I was going with this. Anyways, I'm very vain and I need to lose weight. And I don't, Shane, I don't know if you know this or not. I probably told you before. In our many years, we've known each other for, God knows, almost 10 years now. And I've told you that I was on the practice team for the Orlando Magic.
Yes.
I told you this, right?
Did you tell me that? Maybe.
And, well, the Orlando Magic, started in 88, 89. They were horrible team. And they used to practice at the YMCA that I used to go to in downtown Orlando. And if you got there early enough in the gymnasium where they practiced, because they didn't have their TD Waterhouse, or not TD Waterhouse, the whatever place that they have practicing now, the Orlando Magic will practice in there. So if you got there early enough, you put your name on the sign-up sheet to run 5-on-5 with the Orlando Magic, just like a 5-on-5 pickup game. And they would pay you if you played and did well, and you played for, I think it was 4 hours was the whole entire thing. You had to stay for the whole 4 hours, though. That was the thing.
So these guys were that pitiful. They were like,
oh, Shane, you have no idea. I mean, there's a reason why they were called the Orlando Tragic. I mean, I think their opening season was 18-65 or something like that. 18 wins, 65 losses, whatever the NBA season was. They didn't even break barely double digits. So you would get $125, and I would go down there at least 3-4 times a week. At the time, it was in 92, 93. So I was just out of high school. Still, I was going to community college at the time, so I had a lot of spare time on my hands. And yes, I used to run up and down the court with these NBA players, barely NBA players, has-beens and wash-ups. And I would train for the Orlando Magic. Now, I did play basketball in high school, not for the school, always outside the school, because you have to deal with a whole lot of, political stuff in school. Oh, you're the jock, you're this and you're that. And I didn't want to be that way. So I got excited because on Facebook, our local town here said that our local town of 2,500 people, by the way, this is how many people live in our little town, is having a 3-on-3 tournament this weekend at a park that I didn't know existed.
Really?
Yes. There's a 3-on-3 basketball tournament that I'm going to, well, they need teams. And I was a little late signing up or whatever. I don't have a team. Unless you want to go with me, Shane. Me and you, and we can pick up someone else. Bring your wife. She can play.
Oh, yeah, that would be a mess.
But I'm going to go see this 3-on-3 tournament right down the road from us. I want to get back into it and start playing basketball. Now, down the road from us, about a half mile, is a nice Holy Baptist church. It's got a basketball goal over there, but every time I go over there, there's like hornets' nests stuck up inside. They've made a nest in there. So every time I hit the backboard, bing, it's a fight for my life to get the rebound.
Well, let's take you some wasp spray and get it up, clear it out. Put one up at your house.
No, I don't have my driveway's not big enough, not level enough because of the plane that it sits on. But yeah, I was gonna join this basketball tournament or basketball whatever it is, and I'm like, great, they're like-minded people, all focused together and come together in one location. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited. Aren't you excited for me, Shane? I'm gonna go play 3-on-3 basketball, and I know it's gonna be a pickup game. Like after the first couple teams, like a round robin thing goes around, it's gonna be a pickup game after that.
Yes, I am excited for you. You gonna video this, please?
Well, here's the thing, Shane.
Because I want to see when, you blow out a hammy or your spine shoots out and bounces across the court.
Well, first of all, we have a good side of the tracks and a bad side of the tracks here. So out of the 2,500 people that live in this neighborhood, in this area, in this town, there's probably a good 250 people that aren't so good. And there's
I would figure it'd be higher than that.
Well, it's a small little community of transients that live by of course, government always buys cheaper land in poor neighborhoods where they put this park. I mean, I'm telling you, the park is a type of park where they bring the rims down and take them off the backboards so no one can go out there and like mill around and be mischievous or play ill-gotten games. Yeah.
Well, we've got those basketball courts over here, and you can find like needles and knives laying around and blood. I mean, there's just
something went down.
Yeah. So that's good luck.
Well, you were saying about
going to come back and bite you, but good luck.
Well, no, you were saying something about filming me. The only way I would have an opportunity to film me is if I took my phone here that I have in my hand and put it on a tripod and then hit record like I'm doing a freaking TikTok video like the new kids and go and play the game. I'm going to come back. Tripod's going to be gone. The phone's going to be gone. And I probably lost the game.
Just hold it the entire time. Hook it, where it's facing you. It's got that little big old pole that comes out in front of you and hangs it down.
What if I just duct taped it to my forehead?
Yeah. I just want to see people my age trying to play basketball again.
Oh,
if you survive, I might try.
Oh, I can play.
Oh, okay.
So what about your phone? You were having issues with your phone, you were telling me? I called you the other day, and your phone rang and rang and rang. Did you not know where it was?
Can't ever find my phone. So I always try to find. If I lose my phone, I've got an Apple Watch, too. So if I ever lose it...
Are you one of those people? Are you an Apple snob?
I am. I'm in the ecosystem. I'm not a fanboy, but I like their stuff. But anyway, there's a feature on your watch where you can hit a button and it'll make a noise. You can find your phone, and I'm constantly doing it all the time. I can't ever keep up with the phone. But I didn't have my watch on the other day, so I couldn't do it. And I was looking for the phone, and I'm like, oh, cool, there's a Find My feature on my phone. I'll just use my phone to find my phone. So for a split second, I'm looking at my phone, scrolling to the Find My app where find your device.
Hold on. I've got so many questions, Shane. I've got so many questions. So at what point did you realize that you lost your phone? Let's backtrack there.
So I had it in my back pocket.
Okay, so your phone's in your back pocket, and you look down at your wrist because you're like, going, hey, where's my phone? Oh, I know. Mm-hmm. I'll look at my Apple Watch to see where it's at. And you didn't have your Apple Watch on.
Nope.
So where was your Apple Watch?
It was up on the charger.
All right, so it's up on the charger. So did you go to yourself literally like a brain thought was, let me grab this thing out of my back pocket and find my watch, or grab this thing out of my back pocket to try to find my phone?
Yes, I pulled my phone out of my back pocket to use it to find my phone. That was the thought that ran through my mind. Oh, I don't know where my phone is. I don't have my watch. I'll just use my phone to find my phone.
So at the beginning of the show, you said you were taking the day off from drinking today. It's probably a good idea for you.
I didn't say anything about not getting high.
Okay.
Apparently I was high that day.
Were you really?
I mean, no.
Oh.
Yes, maybe.
She's got to make the story interesting.
No, I was not high. I was just stupid.
Does that run in the family?
It skips a couple of generations, but for the most part, we're okay. But I've never done anything quite that stupid before. I mean, I'm literally trying to use my phone to find my phone.
It's the equivalent of like my dad walks around the house and I'll sit there. You know, my dad lives with me now. And he's 76, 77 years old. I don't know. I lose track. And I'll sit there in the kitchen because we have the big, nice bar countertop and stuff. And I'll sit there and I'll be doing work or something. And I'll watch him walk into the kitchen. And then he'll stop and turn around and walk over here and stop and walk and turn around here. I'm like, at one point, I'm like going, Dad, what are you looking for? Well, I'm looking for my glasses. I'm like going, do me a favor. Put your hands up high. All right. And do you have a hat on today? He goes, no. I said, pretend you have a hat on. He puts his hands on top of his head. He goes, oh my God, there's my glasses.
Never turn down an opportunity to toy with them.
Yes, exactly. I know the perfect way to help you find your glasses.
The thing about it is your glasses on your head. Okay. Your car keys, can't find my car keys. Okay. That's normal stuff, but can't find your phone. That's normal stuff.
The only time I can't find my phone is if I'm wearing a shirt that's got a shirt pocket. By habit, I will take my phone, camera out, and stick it in my front shirt pocket. And then I'll walk around and I'll go, okay, got my wallet, got my keys, because you're smacking your legs and your hip. And I'm like going, all right, where's my phone? Where's my phone? Where's my phone? And Amy, my wife, will come up to me and she'll push me in the chest and go, it's right there, dummy. I go, oh, shit. All right, got it. All right, I feel like a... But you forget,
I'm just concerned. Why did my brain not fire fast enough from the point to where I reached into my back pocket and grabbed the phone and pulled it in front of me? Why did my brain not go, well, there's your phone?
Well, because you try to CPAP and it blew your brains out is what happened.
Yeah, it blew all my brains out, apparently. I mean, why would your brain not go, oh, I just touched my phone. I have found it. Now I don't have to do this anymore. But I got so far as to open the app to look for the damn thing.
Do you take medication or anything?
No, but I should.
Here, you want this dab thing? I can't freaking open up. Maybe you should take this. Yeah, maybe I'll focus, make you focus a little bit more. All right, guys, we're going to take a short little break, and we'll be right back. Grill nuts.
Nets.
I'll tell you the story about the fork while I got you here.
Yeah.
So many years ago, there was a place called Hops. It was a brewery. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Are you familiar with it? They brewed all their beer right there. It's one of those restaurants that brewed all the beer in the same location.
Microbrewery.
Yeah, and they had their own tanks and stuff. You pull right from the tanks. They had an awesome filet. And when I was DJing nightclubs, I could afford to go and eat dinner at this place every night. and the filet and everything was like, at the time it was like $21. Awesome meal.
Yeah.
The cutlery that they had there was so friggin', I mean, it was like wielding a friggin', the steak knife was like a sword. The fork was like a friggin', this heavy duty thing. So every time I ate there, I made it a point not to steal the knives. I care less about the knives, but the forks were so well balanced. Like you'd hold it in your hand. You're like going, this is a nice piece of, utensils. And it was so balanced, and you'd hold it and it didn't weigh anything in your hand, but it could do a whole lot of damage on your plate. So I stole, over the years, probably about 10 of them. And I've lost maybe 4 or 5 through moving and girlfriends and whatnot. This is way back in when I was running basketball court with the Magic. So now I've got maybe 6 here in the house. And my wife knows that these, she's been with me long enough that she knows that these are my forks. They sit in the fork drawer with everyone else. And first thing, my dad moves in, he makes dinner and stuff. He grabs one of my forks and walks out the whatever. He's got it and he's eating his dinner with my fork. And I'm like going, No. I said, Dad, you can't use that fork. Why? Because that's my fork. Well, there's other forks in here. Yeah, but you don't. All right, Dad, go ahead. Fine, take it. So the other day, I went to go in the fork drawer to grab one of my forks, and all that was left were the little baby forks. And I'm like going, I was so pissed. I said, I don't have a single fork in here, babe. She's like, what are you talking about? I said, they're all in the dishwasher. Well, just grab another fork. I said, babe, I got mad. I said, I'm the fucking man of this house. All I ask for, I don't ask for much. All I want is my fork when it comes to dinner time. Okay? She's like, I know. I said, you'd be the same way if something with your horse or something happened. You'd be the same way. This is your whatever thing that you've got going on. This is your this is my, I don't ask for much. This is my deal. These are my forks. So that's what happened. That's what happened.
That's about as sad as using your phone to find your phone.
No, it's not. It's nowhere near sad.
I'm the same way. I've got like a certain glass that I like to use, or
glass. I understand. Glass is fine.
Well, I have certain forks and spoons. A lot of times if Stephanie is nice enough to make my dinner for me and put it on, serve it on a plate.
Slide it under the door.
Yeah. But she'll put one of those Jethro spoons on there for me to eat it with. And I'm like, I can barely get this in my mouth. Give me a normal spoon. But, she won't.
But your spoon doesn't have a history. I literally would, whatever girl I was dating at the time, and I'd take her there. Where do you want to eat tonight? I said, I'm eating at the Hops restaurant. I always eat there. Oh, can I? Yeah, you can come. Yeah. I said, halfway through the meal, do me a favor. You got your purse on you? Take your fork and my fork, stick it in your purse. I'm not doing that. Look, bitch.
Got this thing down. Yeah.
We can split this
home, right?
We can split this bill, or you can take these 2 forks and bring them home with you.
Or you can walk.
Yeah, so there you go.
It's a fork.
No, Shane.
Just a fork.
I will show you these forks, and if you see these forks, you're like,
I gotta see these forks.
They're like forged from like a meteorite.
These forks sound like they have a nice set of store-bought tits on them. And
see, this is what we should be talking about.
Well, you're recording, aren't you?
Well, the video, yeah.
That is some serious forks, man.
I gotta go to the bathroom now.
Love that chicken from Popeye.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. What were you singing, Shane?
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Did you watch a commercial or something for it?
No, I mean, I've seen it. That's going to end up on something. Copyright.
I'm kind of sad though. I was sad and upset at the same time. They are. I read an article that they were closing, I think, close to 400 locations of Popeyes restaurants.
They're closing them?
Yes, closing them, shutting them down.
Why?
I don't know. You know, the sales, I guess, have dropped off. I don't think that Popeyes is part of the whole DoorDash, Grubhub system. And I think that's probably maybe hurting them.
Well, I can understand why they might be closing the one down near you. I mean,
well, they already did. The one in Monroe, North Carolina over here, that shut down. They shut that down. I was excited when we moved here, and then 3 years after we moved here, they shut it down. And I'm like, going, what the hell? I'm thinking they're going to move it like closer to the ritzy part of the neighborhood. No, they just shut it down completely.
well, I mean, you said you've got 2,000 people there.
2,500. 200.
2,500, and only 250 are respectable people. So maybe they're just tired of getting robbed.
So what are you saying? The 250 that are disrespectable are eat at Popeyes, and they're not holding up their end as far as keeping the business alive?
Yeah. Well, out of the 250 respectable people, how many people like Popeyes?
No, disrespectful people.
Well, that's a lot more. That's a lot more people than. So
I'm sitting there on the couch.
2250.
Yeah. So I'm sitting there on the couch, and I come across this article, and I said, oh, they're shutting down. You know, my wife and I were sitting on the couch Saturday afternoon, and I said, oh, they're shutting down 250 or 400 restaurants for Popeyes. She's like, yeah, because Chick-fil-A's better. And I go, hold on a minute. Yes, Chick-fil-A is good. Better? I don't think so.
But Chick-fil-A has been around longer.
No. Have they? I don't know. Trying to make the argument.
It's two totally different menus, though. You can't compare them.
She said that Chick-fil-A's chicken is better than Popeye's chicken. And I said to her, but they don't have like a bucket or box, or they don't have chicken with bones in it. And she's like, yeah, I know. That's why Chick-fil-A's better.
Well, I mean, does Chick-fil-A get their chickens from another planet or something? I mean, chicken is chicken.
I can get into the whole background story of how Chick-fil-A makes their chicken taste better, but she's
talking
saying
flavor wise, not like just the chicken itself is better, like it's been treated better.
She said all the way around the board, Chick-fil-A chicken, whether it's in a bun or on your friggin' plate, is better than Popeye's chicken. But Chick-fil-A doesn't have you can't go get a box or a bucket of chicken, like the breast, the wing, the thigh, the leg. Oh, okay. You can't get that at Chick-fil-A. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And she says, no, Chick-fil-A is a lot better. I said to her, this is where the argument started. I said, Chick-fil-A is chicken for kids that get participation Hold on. Chick-fil-A is chicken for all the kids that all get participation trophies. I said, that's the chicken that has at Chick-fil-A.
All right, so wait a minute. So the kids that won the game get to go to Popeyes, and then the ones that lost have to go to Chick-fil-A.
No, you've seen all these like kids playing like t-ball or whatever like that, and everyone gets a little trophy. Those kids grow up liking Chick-fil-A. The kids that that earn their trophies, let's do it that way. The kids that play and earn their trophies eat at Popeyes. And she's like, well, why would you say that? I said, because the kids that all get trophies, participation trophies, don't have to worry about eating around bones.
Okay.
The kids that earn their trophies, playing the game, playing it right.
Popeyes is for kids with good teeth.
Exactly. Popeyes is made for people that are challengers, that are champions.
So okay. So
you see
eating around chicken bones is a challenge.
It is a challenge to children. For
Chick-fil-A is cheating.
Chick-fil-A is lazy chicken eaters.
Well, they might be lazy chicken eaters, but it takes some effort to get that chicken off the bone.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to do it.
Guess what?
So what is Chick-fil-A? All of the chicken that was left on the bone from Popeyes?
No. When you say it takes a lot of effort to get the chicken off the bone. You don't have to worry about that when you go to Chick-fil-A because someone's done it for you. Someone's already taken the process and done all the hard work for you, and then you get to eat the chicken that's off the bone and it's pressed into a sandwich or whatever the fuck they do over there. But Popeyes, hey, you want some good chicken? You want some good chicken, good spices and stuff? Here's a chicken. I know there's some bones in there. Learn how to eat around it.
You want to be a man? You want to be a man? Go to Popeyes and eat chicken.
Exactly. You know, and
you can throw that philosophy on anything. Like, God, don't eat this lazy can of green beans. Somebody's already picked them, plucked them, and processed it for you. Now, if you want to be a man,
no, hold on. That's vegetarian. That's
farmer's market.
That's vegetarian stuff. We're not talking about those fucking hippies.
Okay.
We're talking about actual meat eating people.
Real people.
Think about when you go into Chick-fil-A and see the clientele that's lined up there, in line, waiting to get their their non-service chicken to them, and you look at the group of people that are in Popeyes. And if you had to say, okay, I want to choose a basketball team, what line are you going to pick from?
Okay.
Race has nothing to do with it. Believe me.
You're talking about people from different sides of the tracks. You got the rough crowds at Popeyes and the all the preppies are over at the Chick-fil-A, right?
But it's not only that. The group of people, Chick-fil-A is getting flooded with all these people that want that given to them. So Popeyes, no one wants to work for their chicken anymore. Mm-hmm. So Popeyes is not getting the business that they normally would. Hence them closing all the stores down because everyone's being coddled, everyone being, whatever is now going, I don't want the bones. Can I get the boneless wings?
Well, why doesn't Popeyes just take their chicken off the bone instead of closing all their stores down? But that's free for you over at Popeyes, by the way. I'm not going to charge you for that advice.
But doesn't the chicken taste better when it's off the bone? Outside the 1 or 2 tendons you might have to play with?
It's the same. It's the same thing. I mean, it's chicken.
It's not.
My father-in-law will not eat any meat on the bone, period. Ribs, chicken, nothing. He will not touch anything that's got bone in it.
What about a steak? Does he eat steak with a bone in it?
No. Nothing.
Like a porterhouse or anything?
Nope. Will not touch any kind of meat with a bone in it.
Why? That's a weird thing.
I know.
Have you talked to him about this?
No, there's some things with him I just kind of leave alone. I don't really want to know the story behind it. It's like, did you have some bad experience with a bone?
So why didn't you want me to marry your daughter? And why don't you eat meat with bones in it? Well, those go two in the same.
Well, damn it, let me tell you about this anyway.
I don't like anything with a bone in it and bones in my family.
Yeah, that's a weird one for me. I don't know why, but he just won't do it. It's like some people won't eat with their food touching. He won't eat anything with a bone in it.
Well, I can understand the food touching thing. That's cross-contamination.
See, I can't understand your Chick-fil-A Popeyes argument. Chicken's chicken. Whether it's on or off the bone, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but there's a different group of people that expect the bone to be almost force-fed or hand-fed to them at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, but there's a different group of people for everything. Some people want to marry animals. I mean, there's just going to be that weird group of people out there.
And hopefully all of them listen to this show.
Hopefully so.
All right, Shayne.
Don't they should.
Yeah. All right, Shayne. Anything else before I let you go?
What you got planned this weekend? Sanding something?
I got a basketball tournament tomorrow, starting at 10 o'clock.
Okay, well, good luck with
I
that.
might have said Sunday.
Is Amy going?
No, she's got horse lessons. She's riding on Saturday morning.
Yeah, smart girl. Mm-hmm. She probably didn't want to see that.
No, she's
sitting all the way in the back row.
She does.